ArsenalFanTV, Mo, what a fantastic win tonight. Fantastic football. I mean, he's faultless, almost.
Almost. First half, there were a few faults. Second half was just vintage. Vintage Wenger ball. It was absolutely brilliant. But look, before we talk about the game, a couple of things, and I'll put them at the start because they're important. Arsenal put a little tribute to an Arsenal fan called Uzi in the programme today, I'm sure you know.
Yep.
And Mems on Twitter was really like pushing for something to be done for that. So look, condolences to Uzi's family. A brilliant result to mark when his kind of obituary got in the programme, and credit to Arsenal for doing it as well. So, you know, just that as a starter. And then on a happier note, Claude's birthday, Arsenal wins 6-0. So, you know, happy birthday, Claude. You can't ask for much more than that. And yeah, overall it was brilliant. You know, we've got to see Mesut Ozil score a hat-trick. That's got to be the first of his career, surely. And he was brilliant. Just the whole team, for me, was superb today. But strangely enough, when you win 6-0, you don't expect the CDM to get the special mention. But I thought Coquelin was absolutely superb today. What I love about him as well is that it doesn't deter, you know, his performance isn't determined by the opposition. His level of intensity and how he plays his game is always at the same level. And that's so hard mentally to get yourself up for every single game to the same place, but he does it. So big respect to Coquelin. He was superb today. Really enjoyed his performance.
The thing is about a player like Coquelin now is that, you know, again, another one of those players that a couple of years ago, his career was almost written off here at Arsenal, and he has bounced back. And now, I mean, we've bought Granit Xhaka 35 million, but you can't really put him in ahead of Coquelin right now. Coquelin is just playing so well.
Not at all. Look, you know, I've sung Coquelin's praises for a couple of years now, and you remember back to when we won the FA Cup against Hull in that year. He saved our season. People forget that. And he's come in and just has not looked back. Even in the week, he was in a press conference, and they asked him about all the competition in the squad with Xhaka, Elneny, Cazorla, and the response he gave was so measured, composed. He's really believes he's part of this squad, and deservedly so. And to think 2 years ago he's on loan at Freiburg, on loan at Charlton, and read about his time at Freiburg. That was hard for him. That was, you know, the sort of thing that would make you really doubt your potential in the game, because he was running on riverbanks and all this sort of stuff, doing some weird old training that you'd never do here. And he just kept his head down. And it's nice to see that sort of work get rewarded. And now, for me, he's one of the first names on the team sheet, because no one in our squad can do what he does to the level that he does it. The interceptions, the tackling, he's absolutely brilliant. So, look,
what's the reason for the change in this team? This is, you know, it's a similar team to last year, a couple of new signings, but the mentality seems different at the moment.
There's one very obvious change, and that's Mustafi. There is a 34 million pound central defender, and people don't realise just how big of a deal that is. You look at the top 10 centre-back transfers of all time, and I'm sure he'll be in there. That is a huge outlay. You know, we paid centre-back money for a striker, and we paid striker money for a centre-back. And when we did that, I thought to myself, you know, Mustafi's got to come in and absolutely hit the ground running, because you can't spend 34 million pound on a centre-back and then make excuses for him. That is big, serious money for a centre-back. And he's come in and he's had no bedding in time whatsoever. You look at some brilliant defenders like Jaap Stam, for example. He took a while to settle into this league. Koscielny made so many mistakes when he first came into this league. Mustafi has just come in here and he's been effortless. And the partnership is formed with Koscielny as well. So for me, that is the real big difference, you know. So that's huge. And then Walcott as well. You know, he's playing like he's desperate.
New signing.
Well, I'm not gonna say that, but he's playing like he's trying to make up for lost time, and he said he's woken up, and boy, it looks like it. So there's a few players that have upped their game, and when you've got Alexis and when you've got Ozil doing what they've always done, you know, you're gonna get the best out of a squad like this. So I just hope that we can continue it and make something special happen this season, because look, we deserve it as fans, the club deserves it, and Arsene Wenger deserves it.
Quite up there with Messi and Ronaldo, but he is on that next level down.
He is world class, isn't he?
He is, and you know, he's probably the hardest worker off the ball in the world. I don't think that's a statement that's, you know, too overblown. But